Hey everybody, welcome to our interview with the Masters with Frank Tzeng. Frank Tzeng is a 3D character artist and is awesome. He's also a part of our advisory board for CGMA's character arts program. Our program is actually enrolling students at this time. I think there's just a couple more days before classes actually start. So if you're wanting to join our awesome program, I highly suggest going to our apply page and filling out the form and get in touch with us as soon as you can so we can check you out and let you know if you'd be a good fit for our program. Awesome. If you have any questions about that, you can always check out the website and email us on the contact page. All right, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and let Frank take it away here. We'll make him presenter. I also wanted to let everyone know if anybody has any questions for Frank or for me, if you have any questions about CGMA or any questions about what Frank does or what he's working on, anything like that, go ahead and ask him the questions. And yeah, so Frank, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Allison. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited you're here. Awesome. So,
All right.
Frank, yeah, go ahead, take it away. Do your thing.
All right. So I'm just gonna starting kind of introduce myself a little bit, and I will show you guys what project I'm working on, and I will show you the Zbrush stuff and basically some workflow that I do for my personal work. I will talk about for my professional work as well. Okay, so let's just start it. So my name is Frank Tzeng. I came from Taiwan. I came to US like 8 years ago. And I went to language school. I went to City College to take some basic classes, and I went to our institute, Orange County. I also went to Neumann as well, learning to some of the professional character artists over there. And right now, I'm the lead character artist at Naughty Dog. I'm working on Uncharted 4 right now, and if you guys wondering where's my work and here's my art station, just type Frank Tzeng and you can see it. Some of the stuff that I'm working on for the main character of Uncharted 4, Nathan Drake. So, by the way, I'm just gonna keep speaking and keep talking. And if you guys have any question, just shoot it, and I will answer it.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna keep an eye on the box. Right
Okay. All right. Thank you. So let me start it with how did I get into the industry and how did I graduate? Let's do this first. So I haven't shared this story with a lot of people yet because I am not very proud of it, but I think by sharing this information, I think this can help some of the students out there. So when I was a student, I'm not a good student at all. All right, I'm really into gaming stuff. There's few games that I play a lot. The one game that I really addicted is Konami's game, Metal Gear Solid, and I was playing that online shooting games for the longest time, few years I think, and I was too addicted to it that I don't. When I was going to Orange County Art Institute, I didn't go to class at one point, and believe or not, I basically got kicked out of school because of that. Because there's one semester I passed 0 class. I didn't pass any class. I basically failed one of it. I think it was 5 classes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's horrible.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I didn't share this with a lot of people because I was not proud of what I did. But after that, I kind of realized that what I have to do, I just realized that if I keep doing that, I'm not getting a job in the industry, and I really want to graduate. Um, so I had to write a letter to the dean in our institute, Orange County, and I had an interview with her. Um, we talked about my situation, and she said she can let me back into the program, into the school, with one condition. Basically, I cannot fail any classes after.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and it was really hard for me because at that time, I think I was on my, like the beginning of the second year. So I basically wasted my first year over there.
Wow.
And that means okay. So she was telling me for the rest 2 to 3 years, depending on how fast you can graduate, you cannot fail any classes.
Wow. How old were you
And
when this was all happening too? Like, were you just starting out? Like,
okay, that was another story. I start out in the industry pretty late. Okay.
well, I mean, like, how old were
I
you when you were doing all this AI stuff where they were like giving you all these ultimatums and like all these?
Yes, I was around. I would say 27.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So that was pretty old to me already. All right. At 27, let's say was one of my good friend Rafael Grassetti. I mean, he's 27 right now. Okay. He's been in the industry for like what 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
So I started really late. Um, so at that time I was 27. And that happened, and I was like, well, this is what I have to do. So I agreed with the terms, and luckily when I came back to school in the first quarter, I had a really good teacher, by the way. His name is Stephen Wells. He's a really good ZBrush teacher. He basically taught me all the tools that I need for ZBrush, and that was my first class with ZBrush. And I just fell in love with ZBrush, and I know this is exactly what I wanted to do, and so I just basically go crazy from there. When I say go crazy, so after that, I graduated in 2 years. In this 2 years, basically anyone went to AI or heard about AI, we have a policy basically if you want to graduate it as a character artist, you have to at least have three uh, full rigged, full post character to show people. And after I went crazy, I graduated in 2 years. I didn't fail any classes, and at the end, I had more than 20 characters that I can show. So basically, in those 2 years, I sacrificed everything. I didn't go to party. I basically just work. I practice. I go to two schools, um, and I sleep very little. And that's how I graduated from our institute. And I still have connection with a lot of instructors over there. We still hang out, go out, have lunch and stuff. And they are all really proud of me since I'm the lead character artist in one of the most successful game company out there right now.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you like
Yeah.
Naughty Dog?
I love Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog gave me basically a lot of freedoms to create the character that I wanted to do, and we value quality so much that we are willing to sacrifice a lot of stuff to just get whatever we want. So if I show you a character, this character might not just be done for once. Maybe it got approved 3 times, 4 times, but we're just going back, keep changing it because we just want to get the perfection that we wanted to get. This is how Naughty Dog work. Quality basically, it's everything to us. It's very important stuff.
Well, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, and that enabled me to, practice more and more, and just get some really good stuff going on.
That's
So
fantastic.
I would just talk about a little bit about how I get into the industry and how.
Hmm.
So after I graduated, I have like around 20 more than 20 characters to show. And when I was in school, I tried my best to get some freelance out there. I tried to, so I did like a Coca-Cola. Okay, so sorry, I didn't show this, but this is a little bit embarrassing for me, but you can see my work right now. It's at this level, but I'm going to show you guys what I had before. It's not pretty, but that's how far I came. So this is around like year 2010, which is like, what, 4 years ago? 2010, 2011. So this is only the character that I think it was good enough to present at that time. I didn't put a lot of character in. So this is one
Wow.
of my uh, this is the first human character that I sculpt.
Wow, it's pretty amazing for being the first human character you made.
It is very embarrassed for me to show this right now because
Ah!
it's I think it's really bad.
Oh, it's so bad. It looks
Uh,
awesome. For a first, I mean, think about it. First time, have you seen some people? Have you seen mine?
uh,
It's
so
awesome.
yeah, and I also did this is my first monster
Whoa, cool.
in ZBrush. Yeah, it's basically just keep practicing, and this is the first alien that I did. Uh,
Oh,
it's just a lot of like silly stuff and just having fun in ZBrush, and that
yeah.
is all.
It's super cool that you have like this timeline where you can just kind of give people a perspective of how you've grown. That's
Yeah,
really
but
cool.
I don't show this anymore because I this is not good at all.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel well. We all feel this, right? So at
Yeah.
some point at our life, it was like, oh, this is awesome. But after like a few years, I was like, what am I thinking? This sucks. Uh, so this is the second character that I did at school. I put
I
I put a lot of time into
like him.
all these characters. So
Wow.
yeah. So basically, my specialty is to create realistic human models, including facial expressions, wrinkles, pore details, and all that. Um, so back to the subject, how did I get into the industry? Basically, I started after I graduated. I have all this character that I can put out. So I went to 3D Total, CG Society, ZBrush Central was really big, um, and CGHub and all that. I post all my stuff. I was pretty active on the web page, and people have questions. I just keep posting online and show my improvement and everything that I do. I have a lot more than this that I didn't show. But my point is just basically if you really want to do this, just keep putting your work out in an industry, and so people will see it, how you improve and where you come from. And so this one thing I did, and after this, one of the successful piece that people really recognize from my work is
Hmm.
this, is the
Yeah.
Walter White um, fan art piece. I started to do a lot of fan art piece because so if I do something like what I showed before, it's like no one knows who that is, all right? It's even though it's my creation, um, but no one knows. So I try to get people's attention more. One of the things I think about is I just do the likeness study or the fan art piece of what is popular right now. So this is the first time that I try, and I really put a lot of time into this character to show basically what I can do just in ZBrush render and just make it as realistic as possible at that time. Um, but before that, let me go back to this. So before that, after I put this all stuff out, one of the lead characters at Sony San Diego contacted me, and he said, if you're interested in doing some work, at that time it's just contracting work for them. I was like, but I was in Irvine, so I had to basically relocate it to kind of, because my wife at the time, she had a job at Irvine, so I cannot just move all the way down to San Diego. So we kind of just choose in between and choose a place and just move out there. So I have to commute to Sony San Diego after I accept the jobs over there. And when I went there, and I was so surprised because this is one huge point in my career as well. I don't know who was over there, but Raphael Grassetti. He was the one of the lead character artists over there. He was my supervisor basically. So after
wow.
I got hired at Sony San Diego, I got to work really close with him, and he taught me a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now.
Oh,
So
that's fantastic.
he's basically one of my mentor, and even though he's like what, 7, 8 years younger than me, and he is so weird because he's so talented and he has so much experiences. And since I started off this all pretty late, I had to just sacrifice my time to keep up everything.
Yeah.
So he taught me a lot of stuff, um, and he helped me with a lot of my projects as well. So over there we did, I did a PS3 game called Puppeteer. It's kind of cartoonish kind of game, like something like Little Big Planet, kind of
Hmm.
cute kind of game.
I love Little Big Planet.
And yeah, and after that we did, since I was doing pretty good, we did Killzone 4 Shadowfall uh, together. Killzone Shadowfall. We did like 7 main characters together. I did 3 and he did 4, and we help out each other with. Of course, he helped out me much more than I helped out him.
Oh,
Um, and we did a lot of, at that time I learned facial expression, I learned wrinkle map, I learned how to basically sculpt skin port and all the workflow that he taught me. And I basically just applied myself and create this piece. Of course, he helped me critique it and how to improve it on the top as well.
wow.
So uh, after this piece got me a lot of attention from a lot of studios. So I went to interview with a lot of a lot of studio. I don't want to mention all the names, but one of the big studio, of course, is Naughty Dog. And when I was doing this, I'm kind of shooting for a more realistic AAA studio that I really want to work for. Of course, one of them is Naughty Dog. So I know that they're doing, at that time they're doing The Last of Us, which is one of the most amazing games that I played.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Um, so I was shooting for that direction. Luckily, they noticed my work, and this work basically got put out everywhere in the there's Kotaku, there's a CGHub, there's a ZBrush Central, there's CG feedback. Just basically all the top row on a lot of CG websites. Um, so Naughty Dog people just contact me after and see if I'm willing to take an art test. I said, of course I want to take an art test. And then a few months later, I passed the art test. I went to the on-site interview, get through all that, and I just got hired as a character artist in Naughty Dog. And after that, I just basically keep working hard. And after around like a year, I become the lead there. So
Wow, that's fantastic. Just a year
yeah,
to become a lead from, wow, that's really cool.
so I was working in terms of like AAA studio big experiences. I don't have a lot. All right, I
Right.
graduated. I graduated like 3 years ago. I was
Oh, yeah.
working. I was working in I was working in Sony San Diego for a year, and I was working. Right now, I'm working in Naughty Dog for 2 years. So basically, what I have 3 years experiences. But I think one of the things um, that keep me updated to or to basically compare with people have like 10 years experiences is basically just what I do. I focusing on stuff that I'm good at and I just keep practicing at it. So right now you guys already see um, what we do on Uncharted. You already see the in-game demo. You see the trailer already. So this is just the quality that I'm doing so far.
So amazing. This is like quality that I have not even seen before. So it's really cool.
Thank you.
It's really cool
By the
I
way,
feel
by
like
the
this
way,
is groundbreaking.
yeah, by the way, this is all teamwork, okay? So I cannot do it by myself. I have a really good team behind
Mhm.
me. So we have a really good shader artist. We have a lot of talented character artists can help out. So
Mhm.
it's all teamwork. So
That's
I don't,
fantastic.
yeah, I don't want to take just credit by myself because everything we do, for example, this one, even though I did a model, I did the eyebrow, like all that stuff, but the shader is being made by the shader artist. Without
Yeah.
shader, this model will never look like this. So it's all team
Yeah.
effort.
Gosh, the shader is so good. Whoever did that
Yeah.
shader, oh my God. Also, the lighting is helping it a lot.
Yeah, it's everything together. Like in-game
Yeah.
stuff is everything. So my part,
So cool.
texturing, sculpting, modeling is only one part of it. So in-game industry is always teamwork.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys must have a really, really awesome and solid team to produce such high quality stuff. I'm really glad that Naughty Dog makes it a what do you call that, like a priority to keep the quality super high. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's one of the stuff that one of the things that we do. We we just want to get the highest quality possible out there at this time, and we try really hard to get into this. Um, so just let me talk about. I'm gonna show you guys some of the stuff that I'm working on right now, and I'm gonna go into some of the workflow that I have.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be great.
So this is one of the project that I'm working on right now.
Oh, looks
Um,
so cool. Did
so
you do the hair
as
too? Or is it,
yeah, yeah,
oh, wow.
I did it here. So
Is that ZBrush like fiber mesh?
it is fiber mesh.
Okay.
Yeah. This is Keyshot render. So as you guys know, Keyshot is really convenient for us right now. Basically, and this is just kind of clay kind of feeling render. It's nothing fancy. This is one material and that is it. Um, so Keyshot enables us to just create, after we create a model, we just fast just import into Keyshot and make a beautiful render. And so this is what it is.
Man, Keyshot is so awesome. I love Keyshot. That's fantastic. So is this did you say this was a personal project, or is this for something, or?
This is just one of my personal projects I'm doing.
Oh, that's awesome. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, so this is another Keyshot render that I did. So let me just show you guys in Zbrush and basically walk you guys through how I created from scratch. All right, so this is just in Zbrush, and as you can see, the hair is fiber mesh. I have a beard layer. I also do sculpting beard because this helped me basically visualize the feeling of the character. But in terms of rendering, I have this beard as well. This helped me out, just basically export it from ZBrush, go into Keyshot, and just render on top of on the top of it. All right, sorry. So let me just get into the head that I'm doing. So basically, I'm just gonna walk you. So you guys see all these layers that I have. I'm just kind of walking you guys through what do I have over here. A lot of it is fixed that you guys are seeing. So those fixes are basically um, depending on what references I'm looking at and what angle I'm looking at, and I think it's all a small little tweak. But you guys have to know this. For likeness, small tweak like subtlety is everything. Because for likeness, it's not about just the correct human anatomy. You have to just look at like the person. So even if you have the perfect anatomy, you might not be looking like the person. So it's all about observation, all the shapes that you can find from the references, and all the small tweak that you have to do. So I basically have all these layers. Fit body is basically fit the clothing that I'm doing. Let me just do this. And there's some fix that you guys can see as I just click off the layers. You guys can see just all small changes that I'm making. So this is beard. I usually make beard, eyebrows, all that in separate layers. So if I don't need it, for example, if I want to bake the displacement map for, let's say, V-Ray render or something, and I don't want to have the beard on there, I can do that. So it's always good for you to just keep all the layers that you have. So there's more fix over here. There's eyebrows. There's wrinkles. There's pore detail. Eyes change. And pore detail too. And secondary shape and base shape. So I started basically from this.
Oh my gosh.
Was basically just a head, right? Yeah, it's very creepy. And so I always have this on layer. One of it is just the base shape, and the base shape basically have no detail, but have just kind of, let's say, the outline of the character and the basic likeness. And when I'm sculpting for this, when I'm doing base shape, I always keep at only level 1 subdivision. A lot of people making mistakes. It's like, okay, when I start sculpting, I just want to sculpting at the highest level. For some reason, I don't know. Like if I ask them, they just, they have to. And no, because at the lowest subdivision level, it's the easiest that you can tweak and you can make out of shape with. So this that's what I do basically. So from the first subdivision, I create basically like the outline likeness of the character, and then I go to the second layer. Basically, it's called a secondary shape. So as you guys can see, the secondary shape means the secondary forms, the secondary anatomies around the character. So you can see like the eye back area, you can see like the muscles over here, you can see the line. Basically put all the stuff that that I see from the photo, from the references, all the secondary shape that I can find onto the model. And at this stage, even though, and this at this stage, I work until like subdivision level 3, and this is without any detail that I have. So if you're getting close, you guys can still see all the polygons going around, but right now, all I'm worried about is the likeness and how does it look like far away. So one of my mentors tell me this, um, just start with the lowest one, right? And without any detail. A lot of people, a mistake that I've seen, they rush into all the details right away. But you have to have a really solid base to basically make all those detail that you put in make sense. Otherwise, you would just have detail with no forms on the top of it, and that will not make sense and that will not look good at all. So right at this stage, I'm just working and I'm just basically worried about what people will see at this like further distance, far away. And then after I think, okay, so likeness is about there right now, I start working with the point details. So if I go in, this the first point detail that I do, and I also sculpt eyebrow on the top as well. So this is all in one layer. For this one, a lot of it is just hand sculpt. I did use some of the alphas that I can find online. If you guys don't know this, you guys can go to Surface Mimic. They have a lot of human skin port scans out there that can help you guys achieve kind of more realistic feeling, natural feeling of skin port. So just go there and check it out. Also, and next stage, basically from now on, with this is all right. So this is, of course, is at that time. I still need to fix like the head position after and all that, but after this is just all small changes. So you guys can see ice change over here, and point detail too, to make it more weathered, kind of. You can see
Cool.
the differences because so right
Do you know
now
how
what
much
I'm thinking,
time you spend
how much
on each of these changes? Yeah, like how much time do you spend on like each of these little changes?
well, it could be just for, I mean, from few minutes to an hour or two. Yeah,
Cool.
depending on what do I think if I want to achieve. So this one, what I'm thinking right now is, so I saw the point detail, but a lot of it is just, it's at the same stage. Everything is kind of same. There's no like big differences, not enough variation that I'm saying. So this is the second point that I'm doing. So you guys can see there's some point steeper. There's some molds going out. So just basically adding variations to make your model become alive a little bit more. And go in the wrinkles. You can see it's very subtle, but as I said, subtlety for likeness is everything. Fixing the eyebrow shape, and from now on, it's really just fixing all the shapes that I have. You know, it's all just little changes. And you might ask, how do I know I want to change that? Just, you know, just looking at your references, by looking at your references. And at the camera angle that you want to post him, and compare with the references and see what you need to change.
Wow, that's so awesome.
So from now on, just basically all the, and now it's beard layer that I was talking about, adding more life to it. And this is the head position change, because I want him to kind of staring straight, other than just doing like a T-pose, like this kind of feeling.
Yeah.
So you guys can see, I just tilted down, tilted the head down
Wow, it
more.
makes a huge difference too, just changing that a little bit.
Yeah, so right now at the front you can see more character, I would say, to it. So this is all little changes that I made, and I make this every day. Okay, so this is basically what the same workflow that I do at Naughty Dog as well. In order to achieve the feeling that we want, it's all about subtle changes, and all the subtle changes added, it can change the whole character. And after this, the last one is fit body, and we got the final result here so far.
Awesome. It looks so good. I love it.
Thank you. I still, for this particular one, I still want to finish the whole body. I wanted to be able to print it out, just put it on my desk. But right now, I have other stuff that I'm working on as well. So right now, I'm not working on this
Right.
at all. Yes. So basically, this is my workflow of achieve like natural, more realistic human anatomy and likeness. Which, by the way, I'm making a tutorial, but not on this. I'm making another actor, and I'm making a tutorial, and hopefully I can put out there in a few weeks. Um, yeah. So,
Awesome.
anyone have questions
Oh yeah,
so far?
we do have a couple questions. We have some people that are asking if you can talk a little bit about fiber mesh inside of ZBrush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about it, but it's it's just time consuming, all right? It's nothing, it's not hard at all. So I'm not, by all means, I'm not a professional on fiber mesh at all. I basically use it just to create the feeling that I wanted so far, but I can kind of show you guys what did I do to achieve this kind of feeling. So let's just, uh, we are in fiber mesh right now, and so this is what I do. If I want to do this kind of feeling, I basically, using mask, let's say I want this part. And so basically I just use move tool and move it around to achieve the feeling that I want. So I do all this, sorry, I do all this by just making, let's say, making mask of a certain area that I want to stick out, I go to that area and I control from there. I just tweak it around, and that's just
Wow,
what
that's
I.
amazing.
Yeah, that's really
Cool.
simple, and that's just all the stuff that I did. It's just basically masking certain area out
Uh-huh.
and get to the feeling that you want it to have.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
so it's simple.
Someone's asking, where are you going to be posting your tutorials? Did you say that you were posting a video or something somewhere? Would that be on your Facebook?
Yeah, I'm doing a tutorial on just this is my one of my gumroad tutorial that I'm going to put out.
Oh, cool.
So last time, the tutorial that I put out basically is I took my existing model, which is the water white that I did a few years ago,
Mhm.
and I try my best using my knowledge that I gained so far to improve on the top. So it's not sculpting detail everything from scratch. But this one that I'm going to put out will start with the mesh that you were just seeing, like the sphere head one, and then walk you guys through everything that I did until a finished model, and including rendering, texturing, and all that, using my knowledge that I'm learning so far. Hopefully that can help some of the people out there, but I'm still making it. I think it's still a few weeks away to until I finish. So, but I will post it on my Facebook, my fan page.
Awesome.
So if you people wondering, there's where it's gonna be.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to post your fan page in the chat here so people can access it. But
Oh,
yeah, that's
thank you so much.
fantastic. Yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
we also have another question. Someone's asking, I'm trying to find a good question. I saw a really good question.
Okay.
For your reference, your photo references,
Mm-hmm.
someone's asking about there's different focal lengths that are used in some photo reference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a hard time observing the right shape, and how do you deal with the distortion? Like,
I
do you
do.
have that problem?
Yeah, I do. I do. I do. So let me kind of talk you guys through how do I basically solve it. So let me find the references that I get. All right, so here are some of the references. As you guys can see, because human face looks different all the time, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that prevent you to observing the shapes. I mean, the camera could be distortion. I mean, the camera could be like 30, 60. I don't really into camera and all that stuff, but I think if you want to just looking at the shapes that he has, it's not hard. So for example, like the folds over here, it's not changing. It's still, it's there. It's everywhere. Like everywhere, every picture that you see, it is there. So, and the other stuff that I do, if you really want to observe in just the shapes, basically I took, because I tried to not other stuff basically distracting me, I took, let's say I took this image, I put it into Photoshop, I make it just grayscale, and I just open Photoshop and I will kind of show you guys what I did. So let's find references that I was using. Okay, yeah, this is good. So this one, for example, I just make it grayscale first, and I go to levels. I make it more intense, basically, if you want to put it this way. So right now, you can really see um, the black and white area and the shadow area. and how the shape is formed for all the shapes. And this is one of the tricks that I get to basically observing the shapes that I want to put on my character. And basically just go through all of them for so all the references that you're getting. If you want to do likeness, I will strongly advise you guys just locking with one perspective that you would like to achieve the most. Let's say if like the feeling that I was going for is kind of this feeling. I'm not talking about expression. I'm more talking about the camera views over here. So compare with the render that I did, it's similar. So that's what I'm aiming for. So basically, you should always just give yourself a direction to go. If this is what you want to show, and in Zbrush, you can basically see like the shape is close. And in terms of the camera view in Zbrush, we found out the number that works for me the most, it's around 30, which is I'm at 50 right now because I just opened it. So this will be most accurate for me to export to, let's say V-Ray, Keyshot, and all that stuff. Yep.
Very cool. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing all your information. It's so helpful. I think
Yeah.
people are really excited about what you have to say and all your things you're showing off because they're like, oh my God, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. ZBrush is amazing.
Yeah.
So how long have you been using Keyshot?
I would say I started using Keyshot right before I get into Naughty Dog. So basically a little bit more than 2 years ago,
Nice.
I started using Keyshot. Yeah. At the time, a lot of people basically thinking that is kind of cheating. You know, like because before if you want a good render, you really need to get into understand how the lighting works, get into V-Ray, Mentorship. If you want to get a skin to look properly, you have to do all that abnormal map, subnormal map, backscattering, and all that in V-Ray. But right now, you just import what you have in Keyshot and do a basic texture over there and can get a pretty good result. So at that time, it's a pretty big breakthrough, and it's easy to use and it's fast. So start from that time, I just use that constantly because I don't really want to get into like viewer render, mentor render. It took a lot of time. I'm focusing more on my skill set, improving my skills. So have a software basically you can go into and render it quickly, show people what you have. It's really helpful for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's even better with the ZBrush R7 right now. It's, you have a bridge from ZBrush, one click to Keyshot, and just keep all your materials, just tweak the lighting, and you have a really freaking awesome render. Yeah, technology is getting better and better every day.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
do you know the difference? I don't know if you've worked in film as much. Sounds like you've only been doing primarily game studio work. Is it true?
Well, okay, so when I was a student, I tried to when I try to get into the industry, I target some studio that I really want to work for. I really, really want to. All right, so first one is Naughty Dog, of course. Second one is Blur. Third one is Blizzard cinematic team. That's three. I have top five, but I only want to say three of it. So all my work is basically well, I want to show these people the things that I can do. Um, but so in terms of that, when I was a student, I got a chance to work on one of the cinematic commercial for Coca-Cola, and I made one of all of the basic. It's if you want to call it a main character, you can call it, but it's a crab, right?
He's so
It's
cute.
it's literally crabs. Okay, so um, those are the stuff that I did just for the modeling all the crabs, um, cute crabs, and
They're
all
so
that.
cute.
Yeah, they
I
are.
love them.
Yeah, I also want to show the different style that I can really do. So there's hero crab, there's hermit crab, grandpa crab. I mean, all this, and then it's actually in the cinematic commercial, so it's really close to the film. I also working with this company. Wait a second. Um, the company basically is working on their self-made film, and I help out some of the creature over there as well. So I know the differences between cinematic, commercial, film quality to game. But in my opinion, games quality is really, really close to film right now. Look at the stuff that we do in Naughty Dog. This character, I'm telling you guys, this character can easily be a digital double just in a film. Um, basically
Absolutely.
based on the quality, the detail, the blend shape, the color, everything that we put on the character, this is basically a film character to me. So to
Hmm.
me, video game is getting really closer to film
Yeah.
quality. And this is exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And would you say that the workflow is getting more similar to cinematic animation film kind of
Yes,
genre?
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So um, as we have more powerful console coming out, so right now we are at PS4, it's definitely um, more powerful than PS3, and that enable us to basically, let's say, put more polygons, using more high-res maps, get more resolutions in the game, making more expressions, which is plane shapes, making more wrinkle maps. All this is getting us one step closer to film quality that we wanted for game industry. And I think in few years I think we can definitely get there.
Yeah. How many polys is Drake? How would you say?
Uh, that's something that I'm not allowed to talk
Oh,
about,
okay.
like
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that
polycounts
was
and
something
stuff.
that might, yeah.
But I can say it's it's up there in
Yeah.
the industry.
I can imagine it probably is way up there. But
Yeah.
that's really cool though. But I know that the optimization for polygons and like not even polygons, but I feel like some engines and certain aspects of the PlayStation 4 now probably support maybe more than just polygons, like more like NURBS almost. I was hearing about that possibly, being a thing is like NURBS-based sub-D modeling.
Okay, so
Fine, but I
that
don't.
really depending on what kind of game you're making. If you're
Yeah,
making, let's say, an open world game, I don't think that is possible now. But if
yeah,
you're making like a game, which is, let's say, like fighting game, you're really focusing on basically two main character on the screen, maybe you can achieve that.
yeah.
But
It sounds very heavy still, though.
yeah, but for like open world game, adventure kind of game like we're doing, or for the totally open world game like Skyrim, Metal Gear, the new Metal Gear, I don't think that's possible right now.
Yeah,
hopefully it will be. It will be very interesting.
That would be amazing. Well, I know they're using a what is it? The little tiny. Mm, it's what's being used in Landmark. The crap. It's based off of
Right.
a different system where it's not like the environment is based not off of polygons but off of I don't know what the name is. I forgot the name of that.
Is
Shoot.
that something to do with 3D scan?
No, it's more like it's like another different type of topology that is smaller and able to be broken off in chunks, but not cause any kind of like it's like a dynamic shoot.
Is
It's
that
not
type of action
procedural.
shader? No?
Yeah, I can't think of it right now.
Okay,
Crap.
that
But it's
that's
really
fine.
cool. It's like next level tech that's being used.
Yeah, we have a lot of next level tech that we're being either developed or using at our studio right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. It looks like we have about maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes left.
Uh-huh.
So I'd like to ask the audience if they have any like voxels. Yes, thank you, chat people. It's what it is, voxels. Crap. Anyway, that's what I was
Got it.
trying to tell you. But yeah, we have time for maybe one or two more questions. So someone's asking how easy it is to get into Naughty Dog, and is there a big process? I heard there was an art test that you had to pass, and I'm
Yes,
sure knowing people helps.
it is not easy. It is not easy at all. So let me give you guys some advice. When you really want to work in the game industry right now, especially right now, it's really competitive. Especially if you want to be a character artist or concept character artist. I think this two field basically is the most in, is most is the hardest part to get in the industry right now because there's just so many people out there and so many talented people that would just like me sacrifice all their lives to basically get what they want, right? So if you really want to work as a professional one in the AAA studio, you need to sacrifice a lot of stuff that is more than whatever you're thinking right now. I don't remember how many nights, this countless night, like I don't sleep at all, just put it overnight to basically practice to get the result that I want. But getting back to the art test, it took me around, I would say, because at the same time I was having a pretty hard crunching time at Sony San Diego. So that time got extended because the limitation that I can really put in the effort that I wanted to finish the art test. So for me, it took around like 3 months, 2 to 3 months to finish the art test, which to me is a pretty long time, and I'm glad everything works well right now. But when you apply to Naughty Dog, you have to know the game that we're doing, the type of game that we're doing, the stuff that we're looking for. Um, so since I'm the lead, I get to basically review all the people who's applying all the art tests basically right now. So um, for us, we're really looking for realistic, anonymous human sculpting skill that's definitely have to be one of the most important thing in your resume or in your work. Um, it doesn't really matter if you just do if you do pre-render stuff or in-game stuff. Like the quality, sculpting quality, anatomy understanding is very important for us. And the second one is um, basically how you texture your character texture your character. For your artists, we value how you texture, how you manage your, how you bake your maps, how you manage your UV layout. It's very important for us as well because in order to get into this industry, all the fundamental is very important for us. Even though that let's say if you got hired in Naughty Dog or all the studio around the world, if you just got hired as just a character artist, most likely they will not ask you to build a base mesh on your own. But like I was think no studio have time to do that. Basically, we will have an existing mesh that already basically polished, and you just start from there. And all the UV set is already there. But for the more fundamental, if you want to change something, you still need to understand how that works. So those are a few very important things if you want to apply specifically to Naughty Dog.
Right, very good. Awesome. Good information.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I think we're pretty much out of time, but everyone here is very, very happy and grateful for your time, and they look forward to seeing your tutorials. And yeah, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great work.
It's an honor.
Definitely.
Yeah,
awesome.
I will do.
Thanks, everybody. And for those of you who are character artists or wanting to get better at their character art, just reminding you that CGMA is taking in more students in the next day or two for our character design program. So be sure that you sign up and apply for us to give you a portfolio review, and yeah, get in touch. We'll help you out. Take care, everybody. Thank you again, Frank.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.